Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our final panel session of the day. And for that, we would get the stage set up and ready. And while the stage has been readied, I'd like to give you a quick brief about what this session for the next 40 minutes is going to bring and talk about. Securing the core, protecting the applications that run your businesses, and what a wonderful way to wrap up the knowledge sessions of this entire day, than having a dedicated session on securing the core. And we have a plethora of industry experts who are going to talk on this session for the next 40 minutes. So request all of you to kindly be here and enjoy this session. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the honorable panel members. Joining us first with a big round of applause, please welcome Mr. Kuldeep Singh, Additional General Manager from NTPC. Kuldeep ji, welcome to the stage. And it's an honor to have you. Please take your seat, sir. Joining next, we have Mr. Sarvana Kumar from Vibriti Capital. A big round of applause to Sarvana ji. Please welcome on the stage, sir. Thank you, sir. Please take the stage. Joining next, we have Dr. Sushil Meher from AIIMS. A big round of applause to Dr. Sushil. Welcome to the stage, sir. Please have your seat. Joining next, we have Mr. Sanjay Bakshi, General Manager IT from Safe Express. A big round of applause to Mr. Bakshi from Safe Express. Please have your seat, sir. Joining next, Dr. Kulbhushan Upadhyay, AGM Cybersecurity from TCIL. A big round of applause to Dr. Kulbhushan. Welcome on the stage. Please have your seat. And our honorable moderator, Mr. Manoj Dhanda, founder and CTO from Utho. A big round of applause to Manoj ji. Welcome to the stage, sir. Please have your seat. So, honorable panel members, over to you for a great session. And Manoj ji, I think, captain of the ship, looking forward to a great session from you.
So, thank you everyone for coming from the different area of this Bhumi. Some are from the Noida, Delhi, Ranchi, Chennai, right? I would request everyone to stay focused here. Make sure, because when we talk about wars, it is not physical anymore. Now the wars happen on the internet, wars happen on the website, on the application, on your ERPs. So today we will talk about what exactly happening in the digital world, about the cyber securities. We will make sure you will get the insight, not only theoretical, but the practical. What exactly our panelists use, what are the best practice according to them. So we will start from the introduction. Kuldeep, starting with you.
Yeah. Hi, good evening. I'm Kuldeep Singh, Additional General Manager IT. NTPC, and I have around 23 plus years of experience as of now, and I had many roles, mainly in cybersecurity for last 10 years as alternate CISO of NTPC Limited also. I have seen and led the overall security team, compliance, audit, policy, the whole shebang basically, right. As of now, I am heading IT department in one of the thermal power plants, and I'm also CISO of NTPC North Karanpura Super Thermal Power Project. Thank you.
Last minute addition I am. So already I given my introduction in the other panel. I am Sarvana Kumar Krishnamurthy and CISO of Vibriti Capital. I am having around 21 years of experience. Most of the experience with the NBFC and banking segment. And apart from that, I do the more on industrial network training and awareness programs. So I am part of the CIO Association, which is one of the largest IT fraternity group across the India, which is having 16 chapters. And for the Chennai chapter, I am the Vice President of it.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Sushil Meher. Last 35 years, I am in the IT domain. Last more than 25 years in the security. I look after the infrastructure, applications, cyber security, data policy and governance, risks, compliance. All are means whatever required. That is in my under me. It has been worked. And beside that, I have a lot of research work in the healthcare IT. I have already been 45 research publications internationally. I have given a talk more than 80 countries in last 35 years. Then I teach post-graduation students to AI last 20 years. This is the basic things because a lot of words are there. I can't say right now. So thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Sanjay Bakshi here. Currently, I'm working as GMIT with Safe Express. I have about 25 years of experience, which is spread across, being a developer, managing application development, managing a lot of databases, looking after security also a little bit. And in my current role, it's a combination of all these plus, enabling customer integrations as well. That's about it.
Good evening, everybody. Myself, Dr. 𝐭𝐿𝐵𝐵𝐿. I am having a more than 15 years of experience in the information security and cyber securities. I am basically a researcher and writer in the cyber securities also. We are the government consultant companies, so we are providing a solution for the government organizations, PSUs and the defense sectors. And we take care also that we are not providing the solution, we take care of the solution also. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. So we'll start the session with the first question. That is the most serious web threat you might be see or you heard or you exactly face in your organizations. If you can talk about that, any of you can take this question. Latest attack that you have faced in your organization, any web threat that you see, you might heard globally, and you maybe find the solution around it. Yes. Sure, सुशील जी, आपके लिए तो मेरे पास बहुत कुछ है.
Anyway, we are in August. Today is the August 21st. Okay. If we go back September 22nd, 2022, in the morning you might have seen in your news that AIIMS is compromised. AIIMS New Delhi has been compromised, and all the news, the print media, then your electronic media, they have covered. And it has continued nearly a month in the newspaper as well as in the electronic media. What it happens? I'm going before happening what it was, after happening what it is. Okay. Before that, we have around 24 petabyte of data, and that is in on-prem. And some extent it is secured. You are more relevant to the resilient program of our securing the data. So when we know it that we are insecure, but we are getting lot of pressures from the different angles that make it more digitizations and seamless access to the users. Users means the doctors, patients, and the paramedical staffs. And we concentrate much on that. When we talk about the security, so they talk simple language that who will attack hospitals? Leave it. Who will attack hospitals? Still, we say many times that we need the proper security system in place, and it has been overlooked. Because, see, the two things are there. We are unable to communicate them, and they are not properly trained. And at that time also, we do not have the trained manpower also. And there is no culture of cyber security also. It is frankly speaking. On this 22nd September 2022, 7:30 in the morning, whole system collapsed. Whole system collapse means at that time we are getting around 16,000 OPD patients in the morning. There is 700 patients on the registration, means inpatient registrations. In the OPD, in the morning time, we get around 200 patients, emergency patients, around 150 patients in the trauma care. More than 700 surgery is scheduled. All the data are online. Without accessing the data, OT cannot be performed. Patient cannot be registered. Patient cannot be admitted. And what it will be happens, you see it. The situation is totally chaos. Totally chaos. Then, and when we are seeing that, why my database is not means up, and I'm trying, it is not taking up. Then when we have diagnosed at 8 o'clock, then we got a message, one email ID, and got it, your system is hacked. Then what to do? We never have any such type of case studies that in this situation what to do. And we have more than 100 IT people in my department. We said what to do. Even NIC is the part of that. We have taken the immediately. What to do first? Anything is compromised. At the time we do not have any observability software to observe where it has come, how it has come, do some forensic, nothing. The first things we have done we have disconnect all the internet connectivity. And I have checked my backup is intact or not. We are very fortunate. My backup was completed 7:30 a.m. and the attack has done on 7:30 a.m. Almost zero loss of data that has been taken backup. I've checked my backup whether it is intact or not. And I found backup is intact. I have taken this backup, I made another copy. Next thing what to do? There is a lot of things that has happened. I do not think any organization till they face this problem. Then we talk to the top management. They have quite supported. They have talked to the DRDO, they have talked to the CERTINs, we are in talk with the CERTIN also. They have talked to the NIC, they have talked to the forensic peoples, they have talked to the advisory to the PM. Everything we have talked. After that, this chaos has gone. Means when it will start burning, means it is never stop. All the news channels has come up. You can't believe it. More than 200 journalists are in my office. What to do next? When your system is hacked, first of all, you have to do a FIR. How many people they do it? Nobody do it. Hardly many people they do it. We have done the FIR first, Delhi police. Next, we have communicated to the CERTIN. Then we have started take the help from the experienced people. Many people they have come, and we have started working on it. We have made a team who will communicate to the journalist, who will handle the internal setup. Because when the government came to know it, you can't believe it. There are 11 agencies in front of me. Delhi Police, Crime Branch, then your top investigation agency, even NIA is also in my office. All the people are there because we have the very VIP data with us. And our data centers are sealed. We can't access it. We are questionable whether we are the part of this hack or not.
So what was the state of mind at that time? when so many agencies in front of you, government asking questions, right? Media also talking and outside of your hospitals. What was the state of mind? What exactly happening at that time?
See, first of all, because when I am there, 2 or 3 colleagues, they are senior people with me also, first I have informed them, don't be worried. If you're worried, we can't do anything. First of all, we are not involved in this. There's no question of you feel worried. Some people, they have spoken to me, मेरा तो नौकरी चला जाएगा, मेरा नौकरी चला जाएगा, इतना साल मेहनत किया चला जाएगा. मैंने कि see, maximum it will be suspended. After that, but you will be reinstated very soon. But you will not be dismissed because we are not part of this. Try to think how to do it. Then we have gone to the head of the authority. We want some agency who can work for us, who can guide us. We do not have any experience.
So
You have to
basically
come
the
up with
question
truth.
was that I might be get dismissed, right? Because something biggest happened in the country basically.
Yeah.
Not to the organization just, but to the country.
Yeah.
Okay. So biggest fear at that time.
Yeah. And
So how
second,
exactly you guys come out from that situation? How you recover the data?
yeah.
How you
I'm coming to
protecting
that.
them?
I'm coming to that. Okay. How you can plan because your data center is seized. Nothing is in your hand. Delhi police is coming, I need backup. Crime branch is coming, I need backup. Home Ministry their team is coming, I need one copy. Then forensic, 3 forensic from the Ahmedabad, Hyderabad and Bhopal, all the people they needed. NIA has come up, he's talking to all the people, is there anybody is involved? So this is a very peculiar situation in that 15 days is very big because we never slept because 24/7 we are in the center. We have our lunch, dinner, always we are in the office, we are not going out. Nobody is allowed inside. And police is posted around there. So I have talked to my management, whatever the different agencies doing, we will support them to do it. This is the team, they will do it. Round the clock, the 3 shift is there, they will work with them. Second part is that we have to plan out how to recover it. We do not have anything because when your infrastructure will come to us, then you will check the forensic. So anyway, what we have done we have planned out that whole network has to be sanitized. Okay, what is the plan we have to make it? We do not have that much of license of endpoints. Where you have to get it, we have to work out. Because in government it is not possible to do it immediately. To whom we have to purchase? The public money you can't purchase directly. Then we have taken the permission of certain and recommend someone, we'll purchase from them. Then they have come up. So that's why it has taken 15 days to recover. In the meantime, in the news you might have heard, 200 crores ransom is asked for. I suddenly surprised. 200 crores. My backup is in my hand. And I have made 3 copies. Already they have tested this one, this database is intact. So this message also, it is very difficult to communicate. And we have already taken the plan. Anybody will discuss to the media. No. After that, what we have done it, 40,000 endpoints. An endpoint has to be installed. And those who have installed endpoint in their nodes, how much time it takes, you tell me. And 40,000, how many days it will take? How many people is required? So what we have done it, we have called MBBS students, we have called PG students. Okay, we have called all the technicians, all these things. We have trained them to how to install it. And everything has been installed. After that, we'll work isolated manners, not outside of the campus. Means we will not into the internet and we'll start working on it. On 15th day, our data was available, but from 2 hours it was hacked 7:30. 9:30, we have started manual systems.
Got it, got it. So I'll come back to you
Yeah.
to see the time. So this was about the biggest attack in the country. Attack was on the AIIMS. So all the media agencies, all the government agencies, police, right? Everyone were asking where is the data, how much time you will take. We all can understand the situation in the press at that time. Thank you, Sushil ji, for sharing from the heart. Yeah, so I'll come to you, Kuldeep. Related to ERPs, businesses run on the ERP, and I believe if anything run on anything, like we run on the heart, right? So it's the heart of the business. So how exactly you handle what you see in the cyber threats in terms of ERP, and how you tackle what exactly the tools that you're using, if you can?
Yeah, so I would not be specifically mentioning the tools. You understand? I mean, I am come from a CPSU, but yeah, I mean, you'll get the idea. So the point, as you very rightly said, that ERP is the heart. So it is basically the crown jewel of an organization, because we are having all the sensitive data that you can think of, like HR, finance, customer data, and it may have PII as well, right? So all those things are already here. So you can say, first of all, there is a layered approach that all of the organization in general have to protect this. Defense in depth is in place. Now, the ERP, the basic first thing, I mean, the protective measures, you can say. So those needs to be in place. So for that, you need to have segmentation. And in segmentation also, I'm not talking about only segmentation for DMZ and MZ. I'm talking about the segmentation in terms of development, QAT, production, right? If anything gets compromised, at least we should have a boundary, beyond which it cannot move, right? So that is one. Another thing is that as of now, there may be 2 or 3 kind of ERPs that organizations may have. So first of all, let's suppose if I am supposing it is an on-prem deployment, which in general it is there. As of now, organizations are moving to S/4HANA or cloud-based deployments of the ERP. So that is a different ball game together. But first of all, let's suppose if it is an on-prem deployment, as we also have, but we are moving to HANA in some time, S/4HANA, that would be a cloud-based deployment. So in this case, the perimeter part, I mean segmentation is one. Then obviously at each of the servers, we need to have an endpoint control. Everybody is having that, right? But it should be a server-based control where we can have a look at all of the processes. The monitoring should be in place. That is another thing. In several other applications, you might have RASP or other such solutions which are sitting on the server themselves. But for ERP, it becomes difficult, right? So that's why we are relying more on the perimeter-based controls, which are firewall and WAFs, right? As of now, we have moved from on-prem WAF to cloud-based WAF. There are advantages of moving these kind of perimeter-based security controls to cloud, because anything coming from outside will be handled then and there, rather than coming into our network and then finding a way out to pivot somewhere else, right? So that is another thing. So these are the things in general you can say for this. Then another layer would be the firewall segmentation, or you can say macro as well as micro segmentation. So there are application segmentations in place as well, because we are also using zero trust network segmentation, right? So that is another thing that we have in place. Other than that, now the detective measures. So the monitoring, any kind of logs that are coming, not only OS, application logs as well, and they are being fed into SIAM, right? Based on that, there are correlations on which we can see what are the flags that are being generated. This all is not considering the insider threat as of now, right? Identity I am not discussing as of now. But yeah, all these things, any kind of anomalies, we need to see. If any kind of, say, heavy downloads is being seen, any kind of, then the second thing which I forgot to mention, that these all servers are not directly exposed to the internet because of obvious reasons. In ERP, you'll see there are 3 or 4 kind of things that you'll need to expose. Either it will be API integration, right? Other than that, NetWeaver or the kind of portals that you, ESS portals are those kind of things that you will expose on the internet. And there may be a customer or sales side, which you are having the vendor interaction with, right? So those things, whenever they are going online, before that, all kind of SaaS test, that would be there. SAST obviously we cannot do for ERP in this case, but we will see the SAP notes and see that the vulnerabilities are being patched accordingly. SAP notes are a very good guide for those, and those need to be seen. But other than that, on the audit side, we are getting these audited separately as well, the internet exposed parts. So many times you will, I was also surprised, there were so many things that were found out during those audits that were even not known to SAP. They took some time to come out with some kind of guidelines or separate notes for which they had to, mitigate those things. So those are the things that are there in general for SAP. In case of insider threats, I would say the fraud detections, GRC, and segregation of duties. Those are the things. Segregation of duties in general built into the SAP itself, right? But regarding the other part, the GRC module is there from SAP also. You can take it from others as well, but we have maintained the GRC SAP. So that helps in identification of risk when we are applying any kind of roles. So nobody should have more than what is needed. So just in time access, say this is the ideal thing, but at least what we are doing, that if anybody is being assigned any roles, we see what kind of risk it is being seen. So that risk mitigation process is there, automatically it is being seen. If it is high risk, then the boss needs to mitigate that so that, the roles are to be segregated to the extent possible. Now, cloud is different ballgame. I think we'll have time for others. But if you come back, then I'll discuss.
You can see that. That's okay. We can continue. Then we'll go to Mr. Sanjay, what kind of tool and the WAF exactly you are utilizing. It's on-prem, it's cloud, or it's hybrid. How are you securing your WAF infrastructure?
Yeah, see, actually for us it's a unique problem because the nature of our business is we are a logistics company and we have to be running 24/7 by 365. There are no per se holidays for the system. So the business continues all the time. And having said that, you can well imagine what any amount of downtime means for our business. So, virtually we, even in our maintenance, we barely get a couple of hours a month. That's the maintenance window. And on top of that, right now we are in an evolution phase, a transition phase, wherein we are moving all our legacy applications, which were on-prem, on an Oracle ADF IBM AIX tech stack. We are now moving to the microservices container Docker architecture on AWS. So it presents us with a unique set of problems, and wherein we have developed a unique set of solutions to deal with them. So we have our what we call first mile in our business, the booking part, which is already on the cloud. And for transshipment and delivery, which is mid-mile and last mile, this is still on the legacy system. So we have two separate ERPs running simultaneously, and all this data getting interfaced through, we have some Kafka architecture, etc. But coming to your question of, how and what we are doing to secure it, basically for the on-prem, we are on a MPLS network. So that is fairly secure inherently, and we do have, MFA setup and certain checks and balances, controls, the audit logs, the WAF, etc. enabled, which help us in securing that part of the application. And for the newer architecture, again, there is a lot of focus on testing, and not only testing at design time like the static testing, we also do dynamic testing after the code is developed and deployed. And in totality, I can say, yes, we are learning on the way. So, here and there a few mistakes do happen. But especially, I think, during the COVID time, That sort of forced all of us to digitalize. And as the previous speaker also mentioned, 22, 23, around that time frame is when all of us really started looking at security culture as a best practice. So I think especially here in India, we are all early learners and still getting there.
Thank you. You move from legacy applications, legacy ERPs to the architecture, which is modern architecture, distributed. How exactly you see the time has been changed from the legacy, as compared to legacy architecture protection to the latest architecture for
Like
Kubernetes
you
cluster?
mentioned, in your introduction, the world has changed and wars are being fought digitally now. So for us also, the attack surface, literally, overnight it jumped from just India to anybody anywhere in the world, and that's true for any cloud application. And but the again, the positive side of it is, since we are on the cloud, we have the latest technologies, the latest methods available to us. So anybody anywhere, yeah, 0-day vulnerabilities you can't do much about. But when you are on the task with your patching, on the task with your the VAPT, etc., and all of that, I think that's good.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coming to you, related to the distributed applications, the latest architecture where applications running on the multiple servers in the distribution way, for example, Kubernetes, modern apps, how exactly you guys securing that?
If you'll see, we have a different types of clients and different types of system we are working on that. Some systems are in the legacy system. There's a very old system. Even we see that the application running on the Windows XP right now in the days. So simply transforming that application into the Kubernetes or the new technology, it's not so easy task. So we have to look on that code. If you see that the application is coded on the VB, the first of all, we have to analyze the code, how that reason and what is that the segregate effects of that, and what the effect if we are directly transforming it, whether the system is going to be support or not. So we have to take all the parameter into the considerations. Then we start moving from one step to the another steps. Like that, if we have a 10 to 15 models in one applications, so we first off go to the management and we'll find out that which model is more important for you, that we can transfer into the new systems. So they defined it that the model number 4, model 5, they segregated the models by, and then we start working on that. And then we design a systems, how that systems and which application is going to be work on that. If we go for the DevOps or the Kubernetes, which one is the best for their business also. Like that we are designing it. And that if you talk about the legacy systems, they have their own business models and they're entirely different, and sometimes they not needed a DevOps or the Kubernetes. They need some older technology because the system is going to support on that. So it is a bit difficult, but it's a good task to complete it on the basis of the business.
So when we come from legacy application to modern apps, what exactly the gap that people need to be filling? What kind of technology need to be learned? And it is easy or it's actually difficult, because when we do something for 20 years and suddenly we need to learn the new technology, how exactly that experience is and how people can learn. What exactly the first step that people need to be take to moving from the legacy app to the modern one? If you can experience, if you can share also some of the tool that you're using, some of the tool that exactly not the threat, if you openly say, right?
Sure. I would like to
Publicly
give
known.
the example of the banking systems. We start working for the 10 years back or 7 years back, we started working for the banking sectors where the transformation is going on. So we started working on the multi-factor authentications. So initially when the people is using the internet banking, they simply give the user ID and passwords, they log in it, and whatever the transaction they want, they can do it. We started working on the multi-factor authentications. So what the issue was there, sometimes people want to transfer the fund, and multi-factor authentication, you will get a OTP, and you are in the place where the network is not working. then how we are going to resolve that issues? So that was the biggest challenge we faces for the one of the biggest bank in India when we are implementing in the multi-factor authentications. After that, we started on the credit system like that. If you are the most important customers, so we are going to give a credit without OTP also, that is going to be worker. And same example is happening for the power sectors also. The power sectors, you see that the bills was coming on that. That was coming on the mechanical system. They have the mechanical meter system. That meter is going to be generated and that feed is going to be taken. The electric guys go to your home and take the meter reading and then come back and then create the billing system. That was a very hectic work. Now the MDM is introduced. MDM and smart meters are used in that. So whatever the usage is be there, automatically coming to the MDM and the billing system is going to work. So sometimes the challenge is a more challengeable because in the some village places, if you'll go and say that we are going to replace your meter, and they have some what you can say Vyavastha, like means they are manipulating its bill by their own. So they are not ready to replace that meter. That was a headache and bit difficult task. But anyhow, that is a good for the systems.
Thank you. Yes, coming to you. Question is related to, we talk about legacy applications, modern applications. Now we can come on the REST APIs, because when we talk about the web applications, now the most of the web applications work via REST APIs. How exactly you handle it? How you secure such applications?
So today, most of the applications are interconnected or communicating through the APIs only. So we build a proper channel within our financial networks, and we have our internal development teams there. So we interconnect with a lot of banks and everything. So most secure way where the APIs where we will be making the communication channel builds with the lot of API security parameters we will build into around that part. And whenever we are doing the initiation with any banking things, so what kind of a security parameters checklist we prepare, and those checklists will be reviewed properly, aligned with the regulatory things and all. So mostly what kind of an key methodology, what is the overall the session validity periods, and if there any attacks happens, how the APIs are get compromised into that. So those kind of a security things will make us a questionnaires and verify that part. So our staging team will verify all these things before initiating into an transaction mode. So in the back end, they do the entire transaction, they will verify it in the staging platform. And we will verify as a parallelly, the vulnerability team will verify between the channels, is there any vulnerabilities are associated or not. Then the handshake happens, then the communication will be built across into this one. So once that finally done, then the API channel builds. But even though there we set a clear KPI metrics around that. So what kind of a volume should be there? So what kind of an integration mechanism is there? What is the encryptions are there? So all these things and all as standardizations, which we will keep reviewing it and making as a more complaints around that.
Okay. Yeah, Deepak.
Just would like to add few things. So what he told, other than that, APIs you need to see, they may be of different types, right? So in this case, let's suppose if there are API that you are exposing for others, like he was talking about when we are consuming data from some others APIs also, right? So in both cases, there are two different perspectives. First of all, in our case, when we are exposing our APIs, we need to see what is the schema. API discovery is also very important. We are seeing a lot of zombie APIs. We have actually onboarded a API gateway, right? And then we had started scanning. These APIs were not known by the developers themselves. They, just made them exposed and they are there. They are not being used obsolete, but nobody is looking at them. So first of all, we need to understand, based on the transactions, we can know what are the APIs, we can discover them. We can take them to the team, developer team, whether you are using them or not. If they are not being used, they need to be, removed. That is one. Now, based on the schema, we can actually see, because right now, API is the most important or critical attack surface now for organizations, because microservices architecture is involved. Okay, so as of now, these APIs need to be known if they are from external party and we are consuming them. We need to ask for SBOM, right? What kind of modules are being used or library, because of those exploitations have happened, things have actually moved from supply chain through supply chain attacks in your organization. So that also we need to insist upon. Third thing, the authentication part. API authentication needs to be very, very clear, and as he was rightly saying, the TLS, or maybe we can talk about MTLS, right? Mutual authentication, whether we can have or not. So this is really important, that we need to take hold of the or maybe inventorize API, if I can say that, right? So that is also really important.
Got it, got it. Kuldeep, how you handle the situations when you have the pressure from the organizations or from the different departmental? They want to the launch product or the APIs, right? Do we really have the time to analyze that?
Yeah, a great question. That is where the culture comes, and that is where the part of CISO is important. So first of all, it is an old saying, but yeah, it has to come from top. Either you are emboldened by the management buy-in, right? So you need to tell what kind of risk actually you are facing, so that you have an authority to stop, or you can have a toll gate approach, right? Until unless it is audited, it is not going to into the production. You are very absolutely right, that okay, this is very important. We are having a tight timeline. So we can say, okay, fine. At least we can do some few, 1, 2, 3, 4 things. Maybe we are not going into SAST as of now. It is going to take more time. But what we can do, that we can give ID, right? During development only, they can see what are the problems that are coming in. So shift left approach, as we talk about. Developer need to be more security aware now. So we are getting them trained already, right? So we don't need to do this audit process at the, when the program is developed already. We need to build that right from start. So as of now, through ID, they can see, we are integrating our security tools into the ID only. So they can, while writing the program, they can see, okay, there are few issues. DAST, this can be done very, in automated manner also it is possible, right? If, we can want to do it fast. Yeah. So, and before also there are several cycles. So DevSecOps, like he was talking about. So if DevSecOps is there already, I don't think that this problem will come, what you are saying. But let's suppose if we are talking about legacy infrastructures, organizations where this is not that mature, then we can take a midway. Like even, when it is development, in development we can take this for audit, and then we do the VAPT at least. And based on that we can do the critical and medium patching, maybe low, okay, those kind of things.
Yeah, thank you.
Just to add on into this, so we have made a process called EBR, Engineering Build Run, so that each of the phases where we have introduced the DevSecOps phases. So, and what are the ways the critical vulnerabilities, we set the threshold. So the critical vulnerabilities can be remediated within the less to 7 working days, where the medium and low can be prioritized, so that we make the business people happy into this. We go with the live with the conditional approvals, where the EBR model with the segregated one, so where exactly the platform is ready. From there, the day one, how the vulnerability scans can be completed. Quickly we can go to the production.
Thank you. Would you like to take any tools name that you're using in the pipeline, from DevOps to the Sec? Like there's a tool called Sonar, right?
So we are using SonarQube, and but better to that, even though we are using a SAST or a DAST, still we require a manual VAPT should be carried out. That is what the experts also, even though if you we are using a burp suite, we are using a SonarQube, but still the manual VAPT process should be carried out. So that is still will be in place.
Agreed.
So you can't complete the VAPT of the entire, a single application, not less than 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree. Another question is related to the ransomware. Sometimes we see some of the vulnerability in the web applications, where people can upload the files, attacker can upload the files and go to your system, and then ransomware gets started. How exactly you're securing, rather than just the WAF protection? if something is already entered in your system?
Exactly. So the attackers is already inside our network. So we need to first of all do the micro segmentation, which is the key part which we have done in our application side. And apart from that, whenever any kind of intruders or any bot kind of an attack comes, so apart from the WAF is one point of application. So we have a bot management solutions are there. So which able to identify whether this is coming from an human-based transactions or a bot is engaging with it. So the bot can able to easily detect that part. And the micro segmentation was which we will able to see the traffic wherever it goes, where we can easily bring the visibility, and the sophisticated attacks which happens in a particular segment, which we will able to protect not to be carried out to the other segments into that one.
Got it. Thank you. Last question related to what kind of tool exactly you can using, if you can say the name. Of course, that something is not vulnerable to someone. So would like to ask the name of the tools that you're using for the monitoring, visibility, control, and the access. Yeah, any of you can answer this. Yeah, you can also do, Sushilji. Like you had the ransomware at that time.
Yeah.
What exactly you're using now to protect?
After this attack, what we have done it, the whole architecture has been changed. The policy has been changed. Okay. And at that time, we do not have SOC. SOC we have installed. So immediately you get a good quality of SOC. It is not possible. That's why we have used some open source SOC. Till date, it is the open source SOC is working without any compromise. We have used the EDR, XDR, MDR, GTNA. Okay, and already we have the firewalls endpoint. It was there, but to make integrated this one and put it in the SOC to analyze that one, that is a big challenge now. Yeah. Because anything which has been coming up, any logs, it has been identified that there is a possibility of vulnerability. To translate this one, you have to take the other logs to analyze and correlate it. That is a big challenge. Still we are doing it. We are writing some Python codes on this and we analyze it. But very soon we are going for a very high-end, I'll not tell the name because already we have decided. The zero trust architecture plus SOC solutions. The SIEMs or all these things will be on placed very soon. And recently we have got 358 crores to modernize our infra as well as the cyber security.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's all, everyone. If you have any question related to web security, API security, you can ask from the expert.
Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, first of all, a big round of applause for this wonderful panel here. Securing the core, protecting the applications that run your business. And my heartiest congratulations to this wonderful esteemed panel members. And especially to Manoj for wonderfully moderating this session as well. And in the interest of the time, we are hard pressed for it. We can take one quick question from the open floor. So, and I'm sure the panel members are available post the session. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to them. So any questions, we can take one quick question. Please raise your hand. We'll pass on the mic and we will require you to introduce yourself. So any questions, ladies and gentlemen? So we are
good to go.
The panel was great. No questions. So again, a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful panel session. Final panel session of the day. Not so easy to keep the audience engaged, but I think a fantastic job done by all the panel members. Now I would like to call on stage Mr. Prashant Sharma, Regional Head India and Nepal from CISO, to kindly do the honors of felicitating this esteemed panel members here. Do we have Prashantji here? Mr. Prashant Sharma. Thank you, Prashantji. Welcome to the stage. Thank you so much. Please come. We'll start first with the felicitation of Mr. Kuldeep Singh from NTPC. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Kuldeep Singh from NTPC for wonderfully sharing his thoughts in this panel session. Moving next to Dr. Sushil Meher, Head of Health, IT and CISO from AIIMS. A big round of applause to Dr. Sushil for his wonderful contributions in the panel. Moving next to Mr. Sanjay Bakshi from Safe Express. A big round of applause to Sanjay ji for his wonderful contributions in the panel. Moving next to Dr. Kulbhushan Upadhyay from TCIL. A big round of applause to Dr. Kulbhushan for his wonderful insights in the panel session. Moving next to Mr. Sarvana Kumar from Vivriti Capital. A big round of applause to Sarvana Kumar ji for his wonderful insights in the panel session. And now our honorable panel moderator, Mr. Manoj Dhanda, founder and CTO from Utho. A big round of applause to Manoj ji for his wonderful thoughts and also for fantastically moderating this panel session. I would now humbly request all the panel members to kindly step forward for a group photo. And Manoj ji, if you could also join them, and Prashant, if you could also join them for a group photograph. So that was, ladies and gentlemen, our final panel session and the honorable panel members. Thank you so much for enlightening us